Hello, this is going to be some 225 Q&A practice. We're going to start off with the plaintiff attorney. Ready? Did you ever go and talk with a counselor or a priest or a pastor about what happened to Daniel? No. Did you tell any of your friends about what happened to Daniel? I think so. Did you go to the same school as Daniel? Yes. Did any of your friends ever tease Daniel? No. Did Daniel ever wear shorts that summer after he got bit by the dog? I think so. Did he wear shorts this last summer when you were in Texas? Yeah. Does Daniel know how to swim? I think so. Did you ever see Daniel in a swimsuit after he was bit by the dog? No. Did you ever see Daniel go to someone's house and go swimming after? No. Okay, what about this last summer when you lived in Texas? Did you and Daniel ever go to the city swimming pool and swim? No. You don't swim in Texas? No. Have you ever heard of any of Daniel's friends tease him about the scar from his dog bite? This dog bite? No. Have you ever heard anybody say anything to Daniel about the scars? No. Have you ever teased Daniel about the scars? No. What about Josh? Has he ever teased Daniel? No. Your sister Jessica, does she ever tease him about the scars? No, I don't think so. Did Daniel spend some time, a couple nights in the hospital? Yes. After the dog bite? Yeah. Do you know why? No. Did someone tell you why? No. When Daniel had to spend a few nights in the hospital after the dog bite, how did you feel? I was okay. You were okay with that? Yeah. Do you know Mandy's last name? No, I know it starts with a V. With a V? Yes. What's Rick's last name? I don't know. Does he have the same last name as his mom? Yes. How old is Rick? I don't know. I think he was either 10 or 11. Was he in the same grade as you were? No. Was he in the same grade as Daniel? I don't know. Did you ever have any bad dreams after Daniel was bit? No. What about Josh? Do you know if Josh had any bad dreams? No. Do you know or Josh didn't have any? I don't know. Was Josh afraid of dogs after your brother got bit? Yeah. For how long? Well, I don't know. Which dog was Josh afraid of? All dogs except our dogs. Was Josh ever afraid of your dogs? I don't know. Do you like school? It's okay. The dog that ran at Daniel, did you ever see him loose out running around before the bite? No. What about the other dog that was with the dog that ran at Daniel? Did you ever see that one out running loose before? No. Had you been down there let me start again. When you first saw the dog that ran at your brother, this was a couple of minutes before he ran at your brother, right? Uh-huh. Did you know where that dog came from? No. Did you know if it came from down the street or one of your neighbors? No. Did the people at the end of the road have why don't we take a break now? Yes, that would be nice. Maybe all of us are losing it at 3 in the afternoon. Let's take 15 minutes. Back on the record. Continue, counsel. Does Daniel ever complain about his leg? Sometimes. How often does he complain about his leg? Like 5 times in 1 year? What does he say? My leg hurts and my leg hurts. Do you ever touch his scars? No. Why not? I don't know. Have you ever seen anybody touch Daniel's scars? A doctor. What did Daniel do when the doctor touched his scar? He went like this. Did Daniel play baseball after the accident? Yeah. Did he play baseball last summer when you were in Texas? No. Do you play baseball? I used to. Have you played baseball in Texas? No. Do you still play with Daniel? Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. What kinds of things do you do when you guys would play? We play tag, we race our bikes, we run through the malls and stores, we play hide and go seek in the stores. I think I just got you in big trouble with your mom. When Daniel rides a bike, does he ever say my leg hurts? No. When you guys play tag, does he ever say his leg hurts? Sometimes. When you're running through the mall, does he ever say his leg hurts? No. When you're playing hide and seek, does he ever say my leg hurts, my scar hurts? Sometimes. Thank you, Kyle. I do not have any more questions. You're welcome. Counsel, cross-examination. Thank you, Your Honor. Hello, Kyle. My name is John Waller. I represent one of the people that is being sued. Getting back to when you were in the garage and you first saw the dog on the driveway, was Daniel still holding the bat in his hands at that time? No, he dropped the bat. Did he drop the bat before the dog came onto the driveway or after? After. How long after? I don't know, like 10 seconds after. What was he doing with the bat in that 10 seconds before he dropped it? Just holding it. Was he holding it out in front of him? No, he was just holding it on the side of him. Was he using it to protect himself at all? No. Do you know why he dropped the bat? No. Did he drop the bat before the dog started running after him? Yeah. So he dropped the bat and the dog. Did the dog stay there on the driveway and then sometime later come running after him? Yes. How long was it after he dropped the bat that the dog started running after him? I don't know. Any idea? No. Now, when you went into the house, did you run into the house or did you walk real fast? How did you get there? Run. I ran. Did you turn your back to the dog when you ran into the house? Yes. How far inside the garage were you when you turned around and ran into the house? I was like 2 feet in the garage, 1 feet. Then you turned your back on the dog and ran straight for the door into your house? Yes. And did you ever look back while you were running to the house? No. Was the door open that led into the house from the inside of the garage? No, it was closed. Did you have to open it? Yes. Okay, I'm going to change transcripts. Okay, this next subject is explosion. It's going to start out with plaintiff attorney. Ready? You are one of the plaintiffs in this action. I am what? Are you one of the plaintiffs in this action? That is right, I am. Please speak loudly so we can hear. How old are you? I am 38. And where were you born? I was born in Marion, Iowa. How old were you when you moved to Lynn County? I was 9 years old. Where do you live now? I live on Washington and Collis Avenue. When did you begin working at oil stations in Lynn County? That was 3 years ago. Excuse me, have you worked in and about oil stations since that time? With the exception of a couple of months, yes. Okay, has most of that time been spent working for Loeffler Company? That is right, I have been with them for all but 3 months at that time. When did you go out to this station that was involved in the explosion? Exactly 2 years ago today. And at that time you went to work for what owner? Mr. Black was in charge. Then did you go there? There came a time when you were supervising the station by yourself on your own. The following spring, March, yes. Nothing further. In March, you took over the station to operate it? That is right. Can you tell us who owns the land there? Mr. Black. And does Mr. Black lease the land to anyone? Does what? Does Mr. Black lease the land to anyone? The land that the station is on, I suppose, is in my lease, but they own the land. Who owns the equipment out there at the station? The Loeffler Company. I will show you Defendant's Exhibit 7. Is that your signature? It is. And is that the signature of Mr. Newberry, representative of Loeffler Company? That is right. And what would you call the exhibit? That is called a customer's equipment lease. Please keep your voice up so we can all hear you. How much do you pay the Loeffler Company a year for the lease of the equipment? I don't know how much I pay. What does it pay on the equipment lease? Oh, I know what you mean. It's one of those legal documents, one of those payment a year leases. I pay a flat rate on the lease, that is all. I paid it not too long ago. And the original lease that has been continued and renewed and kept in effect ever since you took it over? That's right. Showing you Defendant's Exhibit A. Is that your signature? That is my signature. And is the other one the signature of Mr. Newberry of the Loeffler Company? That is his signature. Is this agreement known as a reseller's contract? That is right. Do you know if this contract is in force and effect at the present time? I do. It is now in effect. Now I will show you an agreement. This is Defendant's Exhibit 9. Is that your signature on there? Yes, it is. And is that the other one of Mr. Black? Correct. Do you know if this is a form that was prepared by the Loeffler Company? That is right. Did you purchase petroleum products only at the station? That is right. When you made your payments to pay for the gas and oil that you purchased, tell the jury who you made the actual payment to. Loeffler Company. In other words, if you were to purchase 800 or 600 gallons of gas, you would make your payment to the Loeffler Company. Loeffler Company. Are the underground tanks that are in question and the other equipment of the station all owned by Loeffler? That is correct. There are signs at the station that have been put up, are there? Yes, advertising signs, yes. Who owns the signs? The company. Do you mean the Loeffler Company? Yes. Any other kind of advertising? Yes, some. Where do you get the material from? Online sources. From where? From the home office. I am showing you Defendant's Exhibit 10. Is that an email which was sent to you from their home office? That just came recently, about a month ago. What do you do with the various advertising that was sent to you? Well, I print them up and put them up on the windows of the building, and sometimes I leave them on the table in the lobby. Do you handle any of the tires at the station? I handle the tires, but I don't handle them at the station where the explosion was. I sell them at another station. Who sends you those tires? Same company, Loeffler Company. Do you handle the accessories? I do. Excuse me? I do. Who sent you the spark plugs if you have them? Yes, the spark plugs. I can't remember the man's name that used to be there. He was another supervisor, but is no longer there. Do you ever strike that? Have you ever been requested to attend sales meetings of the company, meetings for their representatives? Yes, I am asked to, yes. Do you know who owns the air compressor that was in the building before the explosion? Who owns the compressor? I don't really know if it is owned or belongs to Mr. Black or the company. I don't know which of them owns it. I notice on the customer's equipment lease, they have one air compressor, and did you have one compressor? That is right, one. Is that an automatic compressor? Right, automatic. In other words, it is one that goes on and off without anything being done by you to control it? Correct. Will you state to the jury whether or not at any time you placed orders to have the tanks filled? A number of times. Will you tell the court and jury as to whether or not you placed an order for Loeffler products on the day in question? Yes, I did. And when you placed the order, did you order online from the website that is listed in this report under the name of Loeffler Company? No, I called Mr. Roy. I think it was his station that I called. Is the number that you called the number that you presently call when you want to place an order? That is right. Did you place an order on the day in question, the day of the explosion? Yes. Do you recall what you ordered? Yes, I ordered 800 gallons of high test and 600 gallons of regular. Okay, that concludes our Q&A practice for the 225 class. Have a great day.